everyone, this is Marissa and welcome to my channel, The Budgeting Wife, where we talk about budgeting tips that will help you win with money. If you are new to my channel, I would love to have you as part of my YouTube family. You can scroll down and hit that subscribe button, and if you've been here before, then of course, welcome back. In today's video, we're going to be talking all about the mystery of sinking funds and how sinking funds work in your budget. Now, sinking funds are something that I absolutely love and I always include in our budget. I will go ahead and leave a link to our budget report playlist up above so you can check out our actual budget reports. But sinking funds are a huge part of your budget. And I love sinking funds because they give you a plan for something that many other people would consider an emergency. So something like a new roof can easily be planned for, and with that you can use a sinking fund to make it an anticipated expense rather than an emergency 10 years down the road. And so today we're going to be going over how sinking funds work in your budget, different things that you can use a sinking fund for, and then where you should hold the money that you are keeping for your sinking funds. So a sinking fund is basically saving every month for an item that you plan to spend on later in the future. And so you're basically just making it a lot easier to cover a cost because you're saving for it little by little over months until it's time to make a big payment or a large purchase. So there's a couple ways that you can go about saving for an item with a sinking fund. The first way is to save the same amount every single month, and then once you have enough money, go ahead and make the purchase that you've been looking at. And the second way to use a sinking fund is to add up the cost that you intend to spend and figure out how many months until you plan to spend the money. Then you take the entire cost and divide it by the amount of remaining months you have until you need to make the purchase, and that's how much you save every single month. So by the time that the day comes, you already have the money sitting aside ready to go. So a first sinking fund example that you might want to use and is right around the corner is your Christmas fund. And a lot of people do this by saving an amount every single month. You can do this starting in January, you can do this starting in July, but basically setting aside money every single month so that when you get to December, Christmas isn't a huge burden because you already have money sitting aside ready to go that you can use to spend on Christmas related expenses. So you can save for this in a couple ways. First, by just saving a certain amount every single month for Christmas. For example, you could put away $100 a month into your Christmas fund, and so therefore by December you have $1,200 sitting there ready to go for Christmas. Or you could decide that you only plan to spend $600 for Christmas, and you decide this a year in advance, and so you only save $50 a month, and by December you are ready to go and have Christmas fully covered. Another sinking fund you might want to use is for a new car. And Jacob and I have actually been using this, and you will notice that in our budget report videos, but we were putting money away into a sinking fund for a new to us car. And this was something that we didn't know exactly how much we were going to spend on a car. So we were just putting a certain amount of money away that we thought would be enough. And so right now we still haven't used the money, but we have $3,000 sitting in a fund waiting for us whenever we decide to sell our old car and take the proceeds from the sale of the car and the extra money we've saved in our car sinking fund and purchase a new to us car. A house fund. This is another great sinking fund use that we are currently using in our budget, and this is our next financial goal. So every single month we try and see how much we can put into our house sinking fund. Our goal is to have $20,000 in this fund to use as a down payment on a house. So we are just putting as much as we can every month into this sinking fund, and once we reach that $20,000 threshold, then we know that we are able to go look for a house for us. If you are a homeowner, then you definitely want to use sinking funds. And a great example of that is a new roof or a new water heater or any other major appliance. For most of these things, you know about how long they're going to last. So if you know that your roof is going to last 15 years and you know that it's going to cost you $10,000, you can easily divide that out by the number of months you have until you'll need to replace your roof. And that comes out to an easy $55 a month. So if you just simply save $55 a month, then within that 15-year range that you're expecting you'll need a new roof, you'll already have the money set aside and ready to go to make that new roof purchase. Another sinking fund that you can use is a vacation sinking fund, and this is one of my favorites because I love traveling and going on vacation, and so we always include a vacation sinking fund in our budget. Sometimes this is just money that we're putting away and we expect to go on a vacation at some point, so we're saving up, and once we have enough money then we can decide where to go. Other times we already have a vacation in mind, and so we have estimated how much it's going to cost and know when we want to go, so then we take the overall cost, divide it by how many months until the trip, and save that amount every single month. So those are just a few ideas of sinking funds that you can use in your budget, and now to know where to keep all of that money in your sinking funds. And there's a couple ways to do this. For us personally, we just keep it all in one big savings account, and I have my budget spreadsheet that I use, and that is where we have a running list of all of our sinking fund totals. So I know how much is in each fund because of my spreadsheet, but I do know a lot of other people who have a separate savings account for each sinking fund. So there are some people out there who have 20 sinking funds, and so they do have 20 savings accounts. So if you think that would work best for you and your budgeting process, reach out to your bank or credit union and see if you can open additional savings accounts to hold all of your individual sinking funds. So as you guys can tell, I love sinking funds. I am such a huge planner, and sinking funds are a great way to put a financial plan in place and therefore turn things that could be emergencies into just expectations when you are planning for it every month for something that can be years down the road. So let me know in the comments below, what kinds of sinking funds do you keep in your budget? And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. And if you're new to my channel, don't forget to subscribe. And with that, I will see you guys in the next video. Bye guys.